Hello guys, this is yours truly, the Lightbringer here on YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and start by saying thank you so much. I received maybe about a good 2 comments from 2 of my ride or die subscribers, Lakeisha and China Doll. Thank you so much. I really do want to appreciate you guys. It really warmed my heart to see you guys comment on my last 2 videos, so I appreciate you on that one. But I'm gonna get down to the gritty, and if you are seeing this and you're seeing my face and you're not subscribed already, what I want you to do is this. I want you to listen to what I have to say, and then you make the call if you want to subscribe while I am talking, and you just are just loving the content. Hit that subscribe button, and then I'm just gonna pop right back in and say, if you want to subscribe, please do. But it's gonna be a short one this morning. I'm 31 years old, and a lot of times I've heard back in the day in the church, in my young church days, that they said, don't wait until you're old to get to know God, or don't wait, or don't wait and don't use your youth just to do whatever you want, live however you want, because we're living in a day and we're living in an age where the young as well as the old is being taken from this earth. A lot of times it's for natural causes, and a lot of times it's for these foul up, these horrible situations where we find people dead, or just completely mutilated because somebody wanted to do something to them. Or from what I've been hearing as of late, these young kids going missing, being kidnapped, and then being found dead. I don't know what's it gonna take. I don't know what it's gonna take to get through people's minds, especially if this video is meant for my young people out there that think they got their whole lives ahead of them. They think that, oh, I'm gonna wait until, I get older, like I'm 30, I'm 40 or 50 or 60. You wait till you're old and you get in the church and you give your life to Christ. Some, by the grace of God, make it to that point. I do know that, I do know of a deacon, rest in peace to Deacon James Patterson, back in my home church, Sweet Home Baptist Church, Kansas, South Carolina. He waited, he was doing what he wanted to do, but he got married, then he moved to South Carolina, and to say, you know what, I want to know God, and I want to get to know him. And he gave his life to Christ. God's grace and God's mercy brought him through, and he was allowed to see himself give himself up to Christ and gain salvation. But what I want to say is, you need to reevaluate that. Definitely reevaluate a lot of these things that we're hearing now, these deaths like Kobe Bryant and the deaths of the other people that died in the plane crash, and the people that you're around and the things that you do. You can step out that door early in the morning to go to work, or you can step out that door like around 6:30 like I do, and go to work, and you might not make it back. And I'm sitting here like, and I was just having this conversation with my best friend. Because life is too short for you to just be living. Life is too short just to be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting until you are old in age and you feel like, I don't live my life. Now I'm going to give my life to Christ. You may not get that chance. It's urgent. Like, I don't mean to sound preachy. I don't mean to sound like a preacher. But get your life right. If you know, this thing called life is a precious, precious gift given to us by God. We have people in the grave that lived their lives. Either they didn't or they gave their lives to Christ, but they lived their lives. But some of them that have lived their lives and give their life to Christ, they tossing and turning because we are not we're not really valuing the true essence of life, the trueness of life, because you haven't lived. You don't know how wonderful your life can be. You think your life is wonderful by the money you have and the cars you drive and the vacations you go to and the places that you go, and that's all great. Live your life and have fun. But the biggest, I be seeing, the parties and the concerts of people that I know they go to and they see, and they be like, that's cool and all, and they be having fun, but I noticed something. The real party hasn't begun. The real party, we be wanting the invitations to these big events, and we want to go to these big events, and we want to spend whatever amount of money we need to get to these events. But I know of an event that all you need is your name written in the guest book. That's all you need. You know how they got the club guest list and be like, oh yeah, I see his name. Oh yeah, I see her name. But there's a guest book out there. You talking about guest book? You talking about VIP list? There's a VIP list. That's a guest book up in the sky right now. That you want your name on the list. There's certain lists that you don't want your name on. Like, you didn't want your name on the did not do homework list. You didn't want your name on that list. Or the Saturday detention list. You ain't want your name on that list. Or the list of, there's so many lists out there that we want our names on, and there's lists that there are lists out there that we don't and we do. But there's a certain list, that VIP list, that A list that you want your name on. And if you spend your life trying to be in every single party and trying to do this and trying to live your life, you don't know what's waiting for you moments after you leave your house. You don't know. We never know. We living in a world where it's almost not even safe for our children to be out there, for our nephews and nieces and our our young brothers and our young sisters, and and those that we care about. It's not safe for anybody nowadays. But we sitting here saying, "Oh, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get my life right when I get old." And the bleak reality of it all is, you walk out this door, and one day you don't come back. One day you don't make it back into the house, make it back into the house, but your body is sent somewhere else. I'm gonna paint a picture. Your body is not home anymore. Your body is in the corners, in the morgue, wait to be identified by your family and your loved ones. They're crying because they now know this is it for you. That was it. There's no coming back for you. But furthermore, if they knew about you, and they sat there and they'd be like, I don't think he never gave his life to Christ. And for them to know that, it's pretty scary. Because when you face God, because one day we all gonna have to face God one day. We know that day will come for all of us, whether God comes back or we perish. We know that one day we will have to meet God, and we got to tell, and He's gonna go through everything that we done, and it's up to Him whether you make it on the list or not. If He invites you in. It's not about just, it's not about just waiting now. It's getting past the time, and to be told, we don't know. Like, you can walk out that door today and God can come back today. And if you didn't give your life, you said to everybody, like, oh, I'm gonna wait. Or I love this one, or you done had a dramatic experience, and now like, God, I'm gonna get it right. God, help me. God, if you just help me get through out of this, and I'm gonna give. But do you really mean it? Do you really mean it? So my message today is, don't wait. Do it. And continue to do what Christ wants you to do. And I promise you, He will give you the desires of what you want to do in life. God can show you so much more if you just give Him your life. But don't just wait. This life is just cruel and sickening, and it doesn't care what happens. Something can happen to you today. Something can happen to you tonight. And if your decision was not made, then your eternity is pretty bleak. It's pretty bleak. I'm going to leave you with this. One of my favorite Christian rappers said, if I'm wrong, then I'm wasting my whole life trusting God and believing in God for heaven. But if you're wrong, then you just waste your eternity. That sums it up. Because one day, that question gonna be answered. If you're wrong, and you done played around, and even if you had good intentions, and you just kept on doing God's work, but didn't have God in your heart and didn't have the Holy Spirit in you, then guess what? You too will be going where you don't want to go. That's why it says in the Bible that the way to God is straight and narrow, and few find it. And then the way to hell is wide. It's wide. And many find it. You don't want to be on that road that has everybody on it. You want to find yourself on that straight and narrow. So don't wait, guys. Give your life to Christ. And if I've said anything that struck a nerve for you, and if you want to give your life to Christ right now, do it. Just ask God into your heart and believe what you said, and believe what you're asking, and confess it. Because if you believe in your heart and confess it with your mouth that Jesus is your Lord and Savior, then you have brought Him into your heart, and you can live a Christian right life, and live this life of love and peace, and let God just help you to live the best of this life. But don't wait. Get your life right before it's too late. I know I'm gonna stop, but I'm gonna say this last thing and I'm done. I'm kind of like a preacher, but like I said, I'm not. There was a song said, "My Jesus is coming again, and it's gonna be sooner than you think. My Jesus is coming again, and it's gonna be sooner than you think. My Jesus is coming again, and it's gonna be sooner than you think. And it's gonna be sad, sad, sad. Sad, sad, sad. Sad, sad, sad if you wait too late." So if you think you got time, continue. But you don't want to be on the wrong side of time. You don't want to be on the wrong side of when God does what He has to do. You don't want to be on this side. You don't want to be on this side of heaven when God has to do. We have to do the correct. What's already wrong with this world. And you waiting. You might wait yourself right into a place where you don't want to be at for the rest of your life. For the rest of eternity. So, I leave you with that. If anything, like I said, if anything I've said today, this morning, please subscribe. Get your life right with God. And do what you got to do. And hopefully one day, you'll be on that VIP list. And you'll be welcome home with God and His angels and those people that just did what they had to do and gave their lives. And they received salvation. All right? So don't wait.